Let's talk about adrenals, Bob, Dr. Marshall. The stress that people in America undergo is quite extreme.
It's different than any country, I think, on earth. We're the stress junkies.
I think the numbers were that we experience more stress in one day than our ancestors, sisters 100 years ago experienced in a whole year. And that's obviously affecting our adrenals. And let's talk about the adrenals.
Well, again, the adrenals needed B6, B2, PABA, and pantothenic acid. Obviously, they're B vitamin junkies. So you're going to feel better if you take a B vitamin just because you can more efficiently make adrenaline. The adrenals also need 5 straight hours of sleep. Now, many people are getting up to urinate or have some other problem. Often, people wake up for no reason. That's often correlated with not being able to digest your food. So you can see how it could mess up adrenaline. So sleep, salt, believe it or not. Now, for most people, they don't sweat. So their loss of salt is minimal. If they eat any processed foods, they probably have too much salt. But now when you turn over a new leaf and you stop junk food and you exercise, now you may actually be low in salt. So if we sweat heavily, now we can lose salt. And without salt, we can't even make hydrochloric acid because it's the chloride fraction of salt that the body uses to make hydrochloric acid. So you can quickly see that I could induce a poor digestive state even in a child, in a family that becomes very health-minded. So how do you check salt? Just taste the perspiration at the outer part of the arm. Fortunately, it's not the underarm you have to taste. But when this is done, now we're going to be able to see if we have adequate salt literature, and so we can go from being a couch potato to exercising and not have trouble with digestion or the adrenals. So the next guy is water. We need half our weight in ounces of water per day. So a 150-pound person needs 75 ounces of water minimum. Without it, you destroy the kidney. Now let's say you're sweating very heavily. You may need up to 1 ounce per pound of body weight. So if you're in a very hot climate like Texas or Riverside and you're exercising, you may have to up your water as much as 1 ounce per pound of body weight. Okay, so we've got water, we've got salt, we've got sleep, we've got B vitamins. We need vitamin C. Vitamin C, we don't need much. 180 milligrams. A couple of oranges would do the job. 1 grapefruit. What else do we need? Tyrosine. Now this one is a tricky one. Tyrosine is made from iron and phenylalanine. Well, we got plenty of phenylalanine because we overeat protein. So there's no problem there. But what about the iron? Well, some people have very low serum iron, even though they eat meat and everything else. Why is that? Comes back again out to white flour. In the white flour, we have added rock forms of iron. Since we did that, 1940 to 2000, 60 years of doing that, we have seen a disease called hemochromatosis. Hemochromatosis is where iron builds up in the liver. We used to have 1 person in 300,000, 1940. 2000, we have 1 person in 300, a 1,000-fold increase. Now, those are the people diagnosed with the disease. As you know, being an expert in pre-diabetes, there are at least 2 to 3 times as many people who have the problem but aren't diagnosed. And what does that problem lead to? Low iron means no tyrosine. Tyrosine means poor adrenaline production and also poor thyroxine production. Can't make thyroid without tyrosine. So you can quickly see getting rid of white flour and white sugar is going to be helpful to pre-diabetes, to diabetes, to just about everything you can think of, because they're really not food.
And what would be some of the symptoms for somebody that has a problem with adrenals?
You walk in a room and can't remember what you come in for, because there's 3 things that maintain your blood sugar: liver, pancreas, adrenal. So you walk in a room and, oh, what did I come here for? You walk out, oh, keys. You come back in again. That's classic. But probably the most common symptom is you're sitting for a long time and you go to stand up quickly and you're a little dizzy. The adrenals could not release enough adrenaline to hold the blood in your head. That's called postural hypotension. So that's a real one-of-a-kind warning you don't have enough adrenal output. But what are some other things? You're tired, you can't, you get excited, but you just can't keep going. You just run out of gas. It's the adrenals, and that's why things like Starbucks and the other boys who make all this coffee are so bad, because over time they can actually really impair the capacity of the adrenal gland to produce adrenaline.
And so there are food habit issues with adrenals that...
Coffee, large amounts of tea, anything that's loaded with caffeine, like these energy drinks and things like this, which are really pseudo-energy drinks. I'm surprised they're allowed, but they are allowed.
And the effect on the adrenals is it the burnout that they...
Very definitely. And on autopsy, the little stair steps that are clearly markers of healthy adrenal are gone in the heavy caffeine consumer. Yeah.